The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
Takes it at the 7.
And look at this. Right away, a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. Well, it's hard enough to play on the road in this league as it is, but to start on the road with a fumble on the opening kickoff, just not the precedent you obviously want to set.
Not at all, and now it's just words because they've talked about it all week. From the time they start game planning for this one, remember, going into hostile territory, we have to set the tone right in the beginning, and they do the exact opposite.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Prescott looks to throw right away.
His first pass is incomplete.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
Chase Young. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And his kick is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump back to a 3-0 lead.
So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball well after that. They didn't even get a 1st down.
Takes it at the 7. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So here are the Commanders making their way out.
And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5". Throwing Jones. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
We talked about prior to the game, but it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Well, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Now Jones.
And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's 4th down.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And take it right on the 30. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we knew where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
This was the nice example of the offensive coordinator scheming his guy over just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On play action, Prescott on the move to his left. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And he will have a first down as they get it to the ground at the 37.
The Cowboys at 8-1 on the year. They come in here hot. I mean, over the last 9, Charles, they are 8-1.
And that record, the way that they're playing, they've proven to me, and I think anyone else in the league, that they're able to go toe-to-toe with anyone, and they look forward to the challenge.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 of the 6. A gain of 32 that time.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Takes it at the 7. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. He's going to let this one go deep. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Cowboys will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
So here are the Cowboys to take over. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Prescott. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down.
10-0 the score after 1.
Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Now Prescott. And that's complete to Cooks.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
That's the 3rd
entire time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
From the red zone now, Prescott. This is caught. Touchdown! Michael Gallup, his second touchdown on the season. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. He's got it, and it's 17-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
To throw again on second down. Jones. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Jones.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott.
And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot, and here another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Looking to throw. Jones under pressure, and they get to him again.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
That was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Being chased out left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Cowboys and Dak Prescott getting set to take over once more. He had the touchdown pass last time they had it. And they'll start here with a 1st and 10.
They'll start the drive with Harris. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Prescott. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Prescott from the gun. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Prescott looks to throw on first.
They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Prescott on first down.
Pollard here once again, back-to-back catches. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They'll throw again. Prescott. Oh, hit as he throws there. Incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Play action now. Prescott rolling to his left. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
That's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue, but all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
Take it in at the 3. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
Here's Jones throwing to start the drive. On the right side open is Gesicki.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
And the Cowboys going to go on offense one final time in this first half.
And this is a spot late in the clock near midfield, though. Maybe take a couple chances, see if you get in field goal range.
You do that if you have trust. And this should be a position now where the great ones, they relish this opportunity to try and put points on the board.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he stopped immediately there.
Tackle made by Chase Young.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Man open, here is Jones. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now a give here to Pollard, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Prescott down. The try. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
That is incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
And again, it's Prescott. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Draw play, Elliott. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a 1st. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. to throw. Jones. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 23. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Jones. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harris. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. 3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. Looking to throw. Jones. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On 2nd down, Elliott. The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing, Jones. Buying time to him, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Osa Odighizuwa drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. And now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, Tom. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. And now they're in the hurry-up. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A first down throw for Prescott. And he'll go right back to Lamb. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. The ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us as it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers to want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
Now Jones. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harris. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. This is caught inside the 15. A huge play there for Washington. And even 40 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. They'll look to throw again. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Back to throw. Jones looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Well, Prescott here to throw.
Looking for the out route here, and he's got Cooks. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Trying to run forward with Pollard. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Touchdown, Cowboys! CeeDee Lamb, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. That right there, Charles, is your exclamation mark. They already had the nice lead on their way to a victory, but one final touchdown here to widen the margin late in the fourth quarter.
Let's make it pretty simple. When you can seemingly score at will, why wouldn't you take advantage of being in that zone and getting one more to cap off this game?
Point after, right down the middle. This one was over a while ago as he just added on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The Commanders' offense returning to the field. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ballgame.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Jones. Pressure comes and down he goes.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Taking it about the 16. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys.